G'day, it's Gussie and MG here answering your reader questions. And the first one's from Nate Prince, MG. What area or rule in the game should the NRL look at improving in the off-season?
What rule or regulation is it?
Or area of the game. So open slather.
I think we spoke about it last week and my view hasn't changed. I think the interchange rule has got to change. I think...
so how many at the moment? 10?
10. I'd like to see it brought down to 5 or 6. 6, let's say 6 in the first year.
Why would that make the game better?
It'd make the game a lot less structured because we'd see a lot more attrition in the game. What's happening now, Gus, in Rugby League is that everyone looks the same. Back in our day when we played footy, back at school footy, you jump off the bus and you see the other team getting off the bus. You go, oh, there's their halfback, there's their winger, there's their front rower, there's their hooker.
Yeah.
But now when a team jumps off the bus, you go, oh, they're all the same size. And the blokes coming off the bench are all the same size.
Yeah.
The poor halfback and hooker who are trying to get holes through the ruck never have a chance because fresh blokes go, tired blokes go off, fresh blokes come on. If you cut the interchange by a couple, a subtle change to 8 or 6, you'd start to see at the end of each half the halfbacks taking the line on with a lot more regularity.
Yep.
You see a lot more gaps opening up for the dummy half to create for the fullback. So it's a subtle change, but a profound change in rugby league.
Daniel Proctor says, if you could pick one player to build a franchise around, you say you're starting a brand new club, you're the CEO, what's the one player that you would build your club around?
Gee, that's a hard question.
Okay, so let's throw 5 people over and then you pick one at the end.
Okay.
Greg Inglis, Cameron Smith, Cooper Cronk, Jonathan Thurston, Sonny Bill Williams.
Out of that list, I'd have to say, I'd probably think of the one most likely to coach after he plays, and I'd say Cameron Smith.
Okay.
I'd say Cameron Smith would have the best coaching nous, but also he could play till he's 40. You know, he doesn't look like a footballer. He looks like an accountant. He doesn't look like he does weights. He doesn't look like he does anything. His hair's never gets sweat. He never sweats in a game, and he plays 80 minutes. He could honestly play till he's 37, 38, and that's no bullshit. Sorry for saying bull, but he would be the man. He would be on further thought. He probably was the bloke who stood out most.
I hope I get the name right. Killian Amini. Who should coach Canberra and why?
Yeah, there's a lot of good candidates putting their hand up. Look, for mine, the bloke who keeps being overlooked for all the main jobs, who's been on peripheral for a long time now, or it seems like a long time, but it keeps getting overlooked, is Jim Dimmick. Jim Dimmick at the moment is coach.
Had the job with the Dogs for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I think Jim Dimmick, look, I don't know him personally, but I know him as a man.
I know Jimmy's a quality bloke.
Yeah, and
real man's man.
Most people I speak to have got the same opinion of him. You know, as far as the footy brain goes, when I used to play against Jim Dimmick, there was nothing better. You never knew what he was going to do. And that time that himself and Dean Pay and Smith, Jason Smith were at Parramatta, was good times for Parramatta. And it was most on the back of Jim Dimmick. So I'd love to see him get a first grade coaching job. I think he deserves one.
Kevin Walters, another one. They're talking about Trent Barrett being
David Fairley's in the peripheral. You know, there's all these blokes who have had their apprenticeships as
Nathan Brown come back.
David Kidwell. They've all blokes who've had their apprenticeship as an assistant coach. I think throw someone in the deep end like Jim Dimmick, he wouldn't let you down.
Write in your questions and we'll get back to you next week. Only a few weeks to go before the semi-finals, so Panthers going to make the 8?
No. Yes, they will.